Okay, hello everyone. My name is Ivan, and in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to deploy your first workspace in your Azure account. Let's get started. So what we're going to tackle is this scenario right here. On the dev subscription, we are going to create a dev workspace, the catalog, and its required cloud resources. For that, we're going to use this repo on the video on YouTube. Probably you will see another repo with different naming convention here, but it will be the same structure, same idea. In this repo, we're going to use this Azure subfolder that is here, the 01 Azure Workspace VNet injection, and this is the Terraform template that we are going to use. As you can see, here's a tutorial, and it's telling us to first install Git, Azure CLI, and Terraform. Here we have the links. Second, to log in into Azure using this command. Then we will clone the repo. After we clone the repo, we'll fill the values on the text editor and yeah, the Terraform values. Then we're going to execute the Terraform commands, the init, the plan, and the apply. And that's it. That's what is needed to create the workspace. Let's do that right away. Okay, so let's start with the step number one. Let's follow the guide. On my terminal, I'm going to verify if I have the CLIs. So you can see that Git is there, Azure, it's also there. And lastly, Terraform, it's also there, right? One catch here, if you are using Terraform on Windows, and if you manually download the file, avoid the 386. You need to avoid this file. If not, it will break everything. Download AMD64 if you are on Mac or Windows and Linux. Yeah, that's the key takeaway. All right, so we have all this. Next step, let's log in into Azure. Here is my Azure account and subscription. You can see that it's pretty empty. There's no resource groups. There's only the dev subscription. So let's run AZ login. And this will open the browser. And here let's select our account. And now we have logged into Azure in the CLI. And if we go back to the CLI, in here we need to select which subscription that we want to work in. So I'm going to select the one and only dev, and that's it. I log it already into Azure. So now Terraform is going to use this session to create the resources. Next step here, let's see. Now we need to clone the repo. So for that, I'm going to right click on the repo name over here. And I'm going to click on code. I'm going to copy this HTTPS link, and I'm going to clone that repo in here in documents and workspaces. So let's do that on the console. I'm going to documents, then workspaces, all caps. And in here I'm going to type, I'm going to clear all this. And I'm going to type git clone. I'm going to paste this value. Right? So that will download or clone my repo. We can see that there's the folder. So we need to go to Terraform on the Terraform folder. Then we need to go to Azure. Now this list, and now we need to do a CD into the Azure Workspace VNet injection. That's it. And now let's clear all this. Let's see the tutorial. So let's go back here. Now we need to fill the values on the Terraform project. If we run the commands, well, there's nothing is going to happen. So I'm going to, with Sublime, I'm going to use Sublime Text. You can use Visual Studio Code if you want, but I will use Sublime. And I will expand Azure, the Azure folder here, right? And we're going to fill the Terraform TF bars file, this right here. Um, yeah, the Terraform TF bars. Okay, and why is that? Because the Terraform template is going to use these values, And with this is going to create the resources and assets. And well, actually, I'm going to leave all this default because this is what is going to happen. It's going to create a workspace in this region and in this subscription ID. Oh, we need to add the subscription ID. Let's go to Azure and let's get that. I'm going to click on my dev subscription and I'm going to copy this value right here, subscription ID. I'm going to paste that here. I'm going to click on save. The environment dev, I'm going to keep it like that because it's the dev workspace. Same for the CIDR. And I'm going to leave this tag as it is. This tag is for the Azure resources. There's two tags already, like the environment dev and then Databricks tag. And this is happening already on the main file. Feel free to add more tags if needed here. And also one important mention, this is the name prefix that the assets are going to have. On the main Terraform file, you can see that I'm using this prefix. Databricks, environment, in this case dev, and then a random number. I'm generating a random number here. Feel free to replace this with your company name or another naming convention. And let's remember that this needs to be unique because the ADLS that it creates using this name, it's unique. This ADLS name right here, right? So that's why it is highly recommended to use random in order to avoid those scenarios. But okay, yeah, that's it. That's all we need. Now let's deploy. Let's run the Terraform commands. On the terminal, let's double check that I'm on the Terraform project. So we're going to run the first command, Terraform init. This will download the providers, the API wrappers, so Terraform can do its stuff on Databricks and also on Azure. Let's wait until this completes. Successfully initiated. Now let's clear all this. Let's get the second command, which is plan. Plan is just to list in a JSON format what resources are going to be created on Azure. Let's wait a couple seconds. So there's 13 resources that are going to be added. You can see here the virtual network, the security groups, the NAT gateway, all that. Some stuff on Azure, the workspace, it's like over there, NAT gateway. Yeah, so feel free to go through all this. In my opinion, this seems good enough. So what I'm going to do is just hit on the apply command. This is going to also run a plan again, with the difference that will actually create the infrastructure. And here at the end, I just need to type yes. Now Terraform is going to start creating the workspaces, the workspace network and all that. I'm going to pause the video right here and I will come back once this succeeds. Okay, we are so back. As you can see, the Terraform template just concluded. Over here we have the resource ID on Azure for the workspace, and we have the workspace URL over here. We can just copy and put that on the browser and we will access the workspace. But on Azure, let me show you how to get there. Let's go to the resource groups, and you can see here the Databricks dev random ID workspace has been created. There's a managed resource group. This is what the workspace creates, and this is managed by the workspace. Don't worry about this. And this is the resource group that we define it on the Terraform. So we can see here the gateway, the NAT, the security group, and also the VNet. And here is our dev workspace over here. And again, feel free to replace this, on the Terraform template if you want. And this is the workspace. We can see here that it is using the VNet, right? So we can manage the traffic in this VNet if needed. What else? It is a premium workspace, and here are the tags that we define it on the Terraform, right? And it's on the dev subscription because we use the Azure login into this, right? And it's active. So we can just now log click on launch the workspace. And after we launch the workspace, let's select, yeah, this account right here. And this is it. This is a new fresh workspace. And if we go to catalog, we will see that here's the workspace, here's the managed catalog that it created. So yeah, we can start creating here uh, our databases, our tables. We can start creating pipelines, jobs, dashboards. So that's it. That's the tutorial. Happy coding. Bye.